Hello, and welcome to our Lunch and Learn today. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great weekend. And I hope you've been able to enjoy the wonderful full moon that we've had up in the sky in the past couple of days. It's been fabulous. Today, we're going to have a overview of body scan meditations. Now, this is if your first time joining us for one of our sessions today. We usually kind of break down a particular topic, and then in this particular case, we're going to have a guided body scan at the end to kind of show you how it can work, and so that you can kind of have an example. So if you want to go through and try this later on your own. If you haven't seen any of the other ones, feel free to go back and check them out. So one is a body scan meditation. Well, so it's kind of like what it sounds like. This is a way for you to check in with your body, see how you're feeling, see how your body's feeling. If you may have some aches and pains, and this is a good way for you to kind of get a better idea of what those are coming from and what you may be able to do to assist and relieve some of that tension or some of that discomfort. It's a great way to get ready for bed. Just a great way to bring your energy level down, really connect with your body, and get prepared for sleep. It's a way for you to kind of check with your breathing and with how the body's feeling, and you can use your breath, believe it or not, to kind of help relieve some of the tension that you may be feeling in different parts of your body. And we're going to talk about that as well. As you try this out, you can do it anytime, anywhere. Definitely not while you're driving or anything like that. There's not really too many meditations that you would want to do while you were driving. But if you're in a place, doesn't matter. If you're in a place to where you can find a place to sit down or stand still long enough for a few minutes to be to yourself and not bother anybody or be in their way, body scan is a great option to just kind of help you. That feelings of anxiety, feelings of overwhelm, a body scan is also a good option for those kind of situations. So when I do my body scans, I like to have my eyes closed. That way I can kind of shut down that one sense, and the other ones will kind of enhance a little bit. We are going to be looking inside, and so need for eyes is not necessarily there. And so if you do have a soft gaze, you can do that. If it's uncomfortable for you to have your eyes closed, just look at something down in front of you, either on the floor or on the desk. If you're sitting, I'm sitting in a chair. You can do this sitting in a chair, you can do it standing, you can do it sitting on a mat, you can do it laying down. In my particular case, I'm sitting. And so you would start with eyes closed, and we're going to go ahead and go through a brief, maybe 5-10 minute body scan meditation, and we're just going to step you through each part of the body, and we'll go from there. So you can join in, or you can just sit back and listen. It's completely up to you. Everything that we do is an invitation, not an obligation. I am going to have a sip of water though before we get started. Okay, so your hands can be folded in your lap, or they can be rested on your knees. Sitting up nice and tall. And if you're lying down, you can just stretch your body out in a nice extended prone position with your legs out straight and your arms by your side. If you are sitting, feet firmly planted on the ground. And we're going to start with 3 cleansing breaths. This is kind of a way to help us to arrive. You might give the body just a little shake to start. And then we're going to take a nice deep inhale through the nose. We're going to hold it at the top for a second, and then we're going to big sigh, exhale through the mouth. We'll do that 3 times. Inhale through the nose. Holding it at the top. Big sigh, exhale. Inhale through the nose. Holding at the top, noticing how your body feels. Big exhale. Last one. Big inhale through the nose. Filling up the lungs. Holding at the top. Sighing exhale. Pushing that air out. Good. Now just transition to allowing the body to breathe for you. But just making sure that you're breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Nice, steady breaths. Settling in. And now taking our attention up to the top of our head. Now you can be imagining as though you were just visibly seeing the top of the outside of your body, or you can take it deeper to the inside of your body and see how things are feeling on the inside. Either way is perfectly fine. And you may find yourself transitioning between a little bit of both, outside sensations and inside sensations, as we're going through this. So noticing the sensations without trying to change them. When we do come to areas of heavy tension or soreness, we may take a nice deep inhale and exhale to let that out. You're welcome to do that. So starting at the top of the head, noticing any tingling sensation, maybe the fan blowing the hair off the top of your head, just noticing any of those sensations. And we're going to scan down the forehead, just kind of in a circular pattern. Starting at the forehead, scanning around to the side of the head and the ears, the back of the head, and then the other side of the head and the ears, allowing the attention to drift down from the forehead to the nose. Continuing to scan around the back of the head, where the neck meets the skull. Scanning around to the jaw, down the neck and throat, to the shoulders. Now this is my first area where I noticed a bit of tension. We carry a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to inhale slowly through the nose and imagine that breath going to that area of tension in my shoulders. Filling up those areas of space. And then as I exhale, I'm going to imagine and relax that area, but imagine that breath taking that tension away. And then continuing our scan on down the arms, biceps and triceps, to the elbows, scanning the forearms, to the wrists, hands, and then finally the fingers. May give the fingers a little wiggle, clench a fist, and relax, and then let them come back to rest. You may notice that there may be some soreness in your hands. Again, it's good to make a note of these things. No need to try to make any adjustments or changes right now. But when we complete our body scan, then you'll have a good idea of what areas may need a little bit of attention. Taking our attention back up to the top of our shoulders and collarbone, and beginning to scan down the spine and the rib cage. Noticing the breath as the belly rises and falls. Scanning down the back, the lower back, and the abdomen. Noticing the area of your seat, which meets either the chair or the mat or the bed or wherever you're sitting, and feeling supported and grounded. Scanning up the hips, hamstrings and quads, to the knees. Allowing our attention to scan down the calves and shins, coming to the ankle, noticing if your feet are planted on the mat or the earth or the floor, just feeling how they are supported. Scanning the heel, arch of the foot, top of the foot. Finally coming to the toes, maybe giving them a little wiggle. Assessing any areas of tension, soreness, or discomfort. Now that we've completed our body scan, maybe go back to one of those areas and just sit with it for a moment. See if the body has any signals or other sensations it would like to send out to you as a message of how it's feeling, how it's doing. We'll do 3 more cleansing breaths just to close out our meditation. Slow inhale through the nose, pausing at the top. Filling the lungs, holding, and exhaling through the mouth. Pushing the air out of the lungs. Inhale through the nose. Holding at the top. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. Holding. And exhale. Gently begin opening your eyes. Reacquainting yourself with your surroundings. How was that? Do you feel a little bit more connected? Do you feel a little bit more calm? Do you feel a little bit more aware of what's going on in your body? I hope so. That's kind of the point, is sometimes we're going through life so fast and our body is just trying to let us know, hey, something's wrong over here. There's something in my shoe. And we'll ignore it. We'll just go on about our day. We'll wiggle the shoe around to where the rock is somewhere where we don't feel it. But throughout the day, we're feeling that rock. It's still popping up. It's still coming up. And we could take our shoe off very easily and get the rock out of there. But sometimes we ignore that, thinking that, hey, I don't have time to take my shoe off. But eventually the body will continue to send those signals. Next thing you know, now it's a little dull, a little ache, a little pain, a sharp pain. Whatever it is, that's the body's way of letting us know you may need to put your attention on this. Now, through a meditation, is that going to solve the problem? Probably not. It's possible. You can definitely release some tension through meditation. But if you've got some major issues going on in your body, you definitely need to seek medical attention. But you can connect with your body, figure out maybe a little bit closer proximity to where these discomforts are coming from, so that whenever you do go to a medical professional and they ask you where does it hurt, you can't just say, kind of right in here, doc. You'll have a little bit better idea of where the specific areas may be through your body scan meditation. Well, I hope this has been a informative and enjoyable time for you. Body scans, like any meditation, are great ways to help us reconnect with our body, bring ourselves to a place of calm, and a relaxing exercise for a tense day. If anything we've had to say today has caused you to smile or gave you a little bit new knowledge, feel free to click the like button. If you think you know somebody who might benefit from a guided body scan meditation and learning a little bit about them, feel free to share it with them. And if you want to follow us for any of the other things that we've got going on, we've got our Facebook page here. We have our Instagram page at 3rdi.space. And we also have our YouTube channel at 3rdi.space. Feel free to check those out. We have videos up there, and we also have little fun things we do on Instagram. I hope the rest of your week is fabulous. I hope you're able to complete those things that you have before you with confidence. I hope you're able to go forward with joy in your life and that you share that joy with others. I've been Michael with Third Eye Mind, Yoga and Meditation Studio here in Rowlett, Texas, on the banks of Lake Ray Hubbard. I hope to see you on the mat someday. Check out our schedule on the internet, 3rdi.space. That'll take you right to the schedule. We have evening sunset sound sessions. We have beginner yoga sessions. We have full moon sessions. We have all kinds of fun stuff. So feel free to jump on and engage in any of the activities that we have available. May the rest of your week be bright. Namaste.